technical advisor, all has been quiet so far. What's the secret?
Well, I think we are good. We noticed that Nigerian coaches, they are quite competent in terms of technical, generally. But we also feel bringing a foreign technical advisor, is something that I don't want to call it gamble, because we knew from the beginning that for now we really need a technical advisor with immense knowledge. Somebody that will present a father figure to the players, somebody the players can really trust and respect, somebody that is not just a coach, but a father, somebody that can go to Conte and say, why are you not feeding Mikel? How many Nigerian coaches can do that? With all due respect to my coaches. Why are you not feeding Mikel? The man looks at you and says, oh, what's your pedigree? Yes, I played for Bayern Munich. Where did you play? I played for Germany. Where did you play? Do you understand? Of course, Conte will respect him and say, yeah. He will go to Klopp played and say, Klopp, there's a boy called David Ejaria. Yeah, I want him to play for Nigeria. Oh, Klopp, they'll speak German. I say, oh, you played for Germany. You're one of the greats in Germany. He will listen to him. He walk out to Arsene, they'll speak French together since he's Franco, and say, listen, Arsene, and that is the kind of, so it goes beyond just on the field technicalities. It goes off the field. And if you look at what he has brought into the Super Eagles, he brought in an osteopath, he brought in a chiropractor, he brought in a match analyst, he brought in, somebody that will go watch match, analyze, and send to him. He has brought in a lot of innovation, a lot of new things into football. He's using technology, and this thing is still a bit alien to some of our coaches. And if you can see the result, it's clear. He said, President, where we lack at the moment are some of the fullback, the right fullback, the left fullback is still okay, but because we are planning to go to the World Cup, maybe before then it would have aged a bit, but right now he's still doing well and he's playing first team football. He calls their coaches, he calls them every weekend. Why are you not playing today? What's wrong with your injury? He goes beyond being a father to them. And even when there's a clash between two players, he comes in between them and said, no, you people must make Nigerians proud.
What has been the secret of your relationship with him? We haven't heard any conflict with the coach, with the new technical advice.
I'm the president of the Nigerian Football Federation. He relates with the chairman of the technical committee, Christopher Green, and Christopher Green relates with me, and I think that's basically it, Ordinarily, I'm not meant, with all due respect.
He's happy, there's no problem.
There's no problem.
Okay.
He's happy.
Now, FIFA has said that it would defer a decision on a 40-team World Cup until the new year. Where do you stand on the debate?
No, Infantino is my very good friend. So whatever he's doing, I believe he's doing it for the good of football. So we should have a 40-team World Cup?
Yeah, I don't mind. And it'll be good for Africa?
It'll be good for Africa. We have more slots,
But now he's not content with expanding it to 40 teams. He's saying that maybe we'll have 48 teams in the next few years.
Somebody cannot just, at that level, somebody cannot just wake up and open his vocal cavity and start saying all those things. He would have done a lot of research. He would have done a lot of investigation. He would have done a lot in coming out with that decision.
So you think a 48-team World Cup will also work?
Yeah,
it will not be overkilling it.
No, why will it be overkilling it? It will not be overkilling it. There are 209 member nations. So 48 is just a third of it. So, a fourth of it. Yeah, so I think he wants to give a broader participation to more people.
Do you think that the reforms so far carried out are far-reaching enough and have moved FIFA towards more transparency, great improved governance?
Indeed, yeah, of course. I can tell you that for free because I'm very close to them. So they've done a lot in terms of transparency, in terms of probity and accountability. They've tried to block a lot of leakages, and theirs is more transparent. They have various units. They have the compliance. They have so many units, and in terms of fiscal discipline. So I can assure you.
You were executive chairman of the Delta State Sports Commission, and grassroots sports in that state was one of those that people were using as an example. What can other states learn from what you did at the time?
You see, what we did then in Delta, the first thing was to set up a sports commission. setting up a sports commission is being regulated by setting. It's not every, you won't wake up as a governor and say, oh, I dissolve the sports commission. Because sports is all about continuity. Because if you want to get a player, you nurture that athlete, you groom that, like Essie Brume, for example. Where did we discover Essie Brume? And today, she posted the best result in the Olympics. She came 5th in long jump, you know? So this was somebody we saw in school, in St. Teresa's in Ughelli. And today she's a Commonwealth champion. And she's almost a world champion, you know? So what we normally do is we take the state, the topography of the state into cognizance. For example, in Agbo, you know, we get our cyclists because of the topography. We swimmers, we go to Torugbene, we take them from there, get the best swimmers from the village, do some local competitions, take them from there, then take them to Obiaruku, where we have like a mini altitude swimming center where you swim against the tide. Then from there we polish them up and send them to France when I was there, you know. We did all those things. So I will look at the medals in swimming. 40 gold medals, there's never a time that we won't win between 20 to 26 and allow the other states to win the rest. You know, we did all those things for a while. And in terms of athletics, we'll go to the urban areas, Warri Sapele, and maybe Asaba, you know. So we took cognizance of all these factors because that is what the Sports Commission is structured. Look at the areas of comparative advantage and take that into bear in doing things. And then the governor was quite supportive, you know, and even the governor now, I believe, is still very supportive because he was the secretary of the government. But there was nothing that the former governor did that he was not part of in terms of sport development. So he understands the terrain as well. So in Delta, we always, even under the current chairman, we always finish decently. That I can assure you, unless otherwise, they will always finish decently because the structure we have in the state is the kind of structure we should have in Nigeria. Because the topography of Nigeria suits this kind of thing. For example, if you look at table tennis, you talk about Lagos State. Lawn tennis, you talk about, all those are fine boy sports now. You talk about Lagos State. You talk about team sports, talk about the Southeast. Football, that's why you see 50% of any male-female team are populated by the Igbos, the Igbo people. So team sports, handball, basketball, if you look at, yeah, then you talk about my race, distant race, you go to the north, you know, even up to archery. There's this place in Bauchi, in Benue State, where they use it bow arrow, that's archery. You know, all those are things you can develop into real professional sports. So we are blessed beyond our knowledge, beyond what we know in this country, taking the topography of every region into cognizance. I don't see any reason why Nigeria cannot get 10 gold medals. In 10 years, if we start planning today, strategically, with proper funding, with the proper infrastructure, we can do it. Like our plans now, by God's grace, it's not just going to the World Cup. And that's the truth. With the caliber of players we have now, we have some of the youngest and the brightest players. You can imagine Ian Mature in 2 years. You can imagine Uwe Wakali in the next 2 years. You can imagine Victor Osimhen in the next 2 years. It will be all 20. And we're also in talks with some of these young players like Tammy Abraham. The dad and I were childhood friends. You know, even Ejaria, David and I were friends, the dad and the mom. You know, we're talking to them already. These are players that are young, enterprising, and going to the World Cup is a modern and experience for them. And it's not just going and say we want to come out in the second round. No. Why can't we win the World Cup? Look at Bulgaria. We defeated Bulgaria in 1994, but they ended up playing in the third place match in that same year. So any football, anything can happen. Provided you have the proper structure, you have the proper atmosphere, and you have the proper technical crew, which I believe at the moment we have. And the spirit in camp, that's the most elemental of all. We have that spirit in the Super Eagles right now. That family thing.
NFF President Amaju, we thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I feel very humbled and honored to be part of this program.
And we thank you for watching. Please join us next time when the program returns. But between now and then, let's continue our conversation online at channelstv.com. And tweet me your thoughts, will you please, at ModellySY. Thank you again for watching and see you next time.